Thank you. You're not even in here. Get on this side. I have chosen to do my speech with my two kids as my two audience members. I'm not sure how long they'll actually sit here and be quiet, but we'll give this a try. Has modern day technology ruined the activeness of today's youth? Does your kids look at you like you're crazy or speaking a foreign language when you ask them to go outside and play? According to the CDC website, childhood obesity has more than doubled in children and quadrupled in adolescents in the past 30 years. The percentage of children aged 11 to 6 years in the United States who were obese increased from 7% in 1980 to nearly 18% in 2012. Similarly, the percentage of adolescents aged 12 to 19 years old who were obese increased from 5% to nearly 21% over the same period. In 2012, more than one-third of children and adolescents were overweight or obese. Overweight is defined as having excess body weight for a particular height from fat, muscle, bone, water, or a combination of these factors. Obesity is defined as excess body fat. Overweight and obesity are results of caloric imbalance, too few calories expended for the amount of calories consumed, and are affected by various genetic, behavioral, and environmental factors. Many kids today don't even know what it means to be active, let alone to go outside and participate in outdoor activities. When I was growing up, the only time we were inside the house was if we were on punishment. Back then, there were no tablets, iPads, iPods, iPhones, PlayStations, or Xboxes. We did have the Nintendo, but it didn't consume our lives like the electronic gadgets of today. Back in my day, playing outside with friends was the best times ever. We would play hide and go seek, kickball, softball, just make up imaginary adventures and just have a good time. Kids today aren't forced to be active. Today's youth have too many things inside their rooms to occupy their time. Kids today would much rather play Candy Crush on their tablets and iPads than play a game of hopscotch or kickball. Kids would rather be on their laptops and iPhones checking their Facebooks, Instagrams, and Twitters than outside riding a bike or playing basketball. Kids are being too sheltered by technological advances. There is no physical activity required in playing with electronics. Children spend many hours inside playing the latest games and gadgets while having no exercise or daily physical activity. An article entitled Actions Necessary to Prevent Childhood Obesity, Creating the Climate for Change written by Marlene B. Schwartz and Kelly B. Bronwell, states that after years of near total neglect, the problem of childhood obesity is now in the limelight. The seriousness of childhood obesity is no longer in doubt, and finally attention has turned to the more complex question, what must be done? Dozens of possible remedies have been proposed with various solutions aimed at individuals, parents, government, and institutions such as schools, media, and the food industry, as well as the broad social forces, including the economics of food and physical activity. We risk investing time, money, and effort into interventions based on belief that obesity is a matter of personal responsibility, and risk missing the opportunity to make environmental changes that will have a greater impact. According to this article, children are far less active than they were 30 years ago. Most children spend less time walking to school and playing outside. Instead, they spend more time working and communicating on the computer, playing video games, and watching television. These behavior changes are considered to be the result of cultural technological shift and living in communities that require travel by car instead of foot or other forms of transportation. Healthy lifestyle habits, including healthy eating and physical activity, can lower the risk of becoming obese and developing related diseases. Schools play a particularly critical role establishing a safe and supportive environment with policies and practices that support healthy behaviors. Schools also provide opportunities for students to learn about and practice healthy eating and physical activity behaviors. By taking out a certain time in the day where children are required to participate in some type of physical activity could help curb some of the issues of childhood obesity. Putting limitations on the amount of time your kids are allowed to play on their computers, iPads, tablets, and laptops would also force children to become involved in other activities. Innovation in improving food and activity environments is presently occurring at local levels, but these programs are rarely evaluated and therefore their positive effects may be limited. In conclusion, would you rather be a parent that helps cut down on childhood obesity or one that adds to the problem? Encourage your children to become active and participate in as many outdoor activities. Set limits on electronic devices and also go outside and participate in these activities with your children. Children learn from example. Be the change you want to see in your children. Teach them that the world is more than just Facebook and video games. Get up, get out, and get active. Thank you.